I just recently discovered ancestral mathematics. For you to be born, you need 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 second great parents, and so on and so on. For there to be 12 previous generations, that equals up to 4,904 ancestors for you to be here over a span of 400 years. Not only that, but the self-help author Mel Robbins had talked about in her TED Talk a few years ago about the probability that scientists had figured out that you are 1 in 400 trillion to be born. So that's pretty unique. To say it's powerful is beyond resonating for me, because all of those ancestors, all those people, all those moments of them having to get together to create you is truly extraordinary. So if you think about it and who you are and who you want to be, it took all of those people to get to you. So what are you gonna do about it? You are here, you are present, you are in your body, but are you really happy? So the key to your happiness always is you. You can determine what you want to do, how you want to go about it, but you have the makeup of all of these ancestors behind you that took a lot for you to get here. They've gone through trials and tribulations, mishaps, wars, judgment, love, forgiveness, all of that for you to be present and for you to utilize all of that energy so that you can be in your purpose. Where do we start? How do you have a plan? How do you make it so that you are worth it? And for me, what I often do is I think about how I am not only 5th generation in the town that I live in, but my ancestors also walked the streets of Rochester, Massachusetts. They walked the woods. They walked the cranberry bogs. They got here through the whaling industry. And my son is now 6th generation here in Rochester, Massachusetts. And to truly believe that there is an imprint in the world that I'm going to be putting out, but they have also put out my ancestors in order for me to be able to have a life, to be able to share my experiences with you. It is truly grateful. And we also think about how our overall being is affecting others. So if you think about who you are and how you came about and the probability of that, you should kind of hold that tight and realize that you've already made it, that you're already a winner, that you already have hit the lottery, because of the chances of it all coming together in this one exact moment at that one exact time for you to be here is truly remarkable. So the challenge is if you are not happy, you have to do something that's going to take you beyond where you are. Because if it's not challenging, it's not going to allow you to grow. And if you're not growing, then you're not going to be the person that you are setting out to be. So in your uniqueness and in your likeness and in the people that surround you, you have to develop some kind of plan in order for you to get from where you want to be to where you want to go, like they all say. But truly, it's how you feel inside. It's the emotions that you carry. What we also share the same DNA with our ancestors. It's inside of us. So how do we go and start here and end here and have some kind of blueprint? I usually get up early, I plan my day, I try to schedule things in order so that I have a little bit of self-care, because that's where the happiness kind of depletes if you are not paying attention to how you're feeling inside. So if you are on a low vibration and you're feeling like things are kind of going a little bit slower than you plan, then you have to think about what you can do to change that so that you can be on a higher vibration, so that when you think about what you want to do in the future, it's going to have an impact. So if I'm not really feeling it right now, then 10, 15 minutes, an hour down the line, it's going to affect, and it will come out and manifest itself that way. So if I'm starting to feel like things are going south and I'm going down that rabbit hole, I pivot and I try to do something in order to bring myself back up. And then if you're really feeling low, you think about all the people that had to get you to this moment, to where you are at this time, which is probably pretty exciting if you think about it, because in the uniqueness of you have an opportunity to change someone else's life. But in the start, you need to change yourself. And so in order to do that, you have to think about the things that you enjoy and that you plan to do in order to help yourself, because you're not going to be any good to anyone else until you plan and do it for yourself. With my kids, it could be challenging. They are active teenagers, and I have a toddler right now. So you want to be able to influence the people that are around you by doing things for yourself that are good, because it's not going to be worth it to be miserable, because they're going to see that also. So for me, it also is very good that I plan out that I have to get up early. Wasn't really an early riser back in the day, but I find that getting up early, starting my day, starting with writing, starting with a little bit of meditation, starting with a little bit of exercise, a little bit of movement, and then going about my day, and then closing the day with some kind of writing in my journal in order to kind of reflect on what's happening, and then also an opportunity to just get it all out, to be able to breathe. So in the end, you kind of want to trust the timing of your life. Like, you are where you're supposed to be at this exact moment. And so it's hard to trust that timing when you might not feel like you're in the right place at the right time, but you have that opportunity to control that. So what do? You try to think about what makes you feel good and do more of that. And in the end, the best thing is to think about where you are, how you're feeling, and how you can give a little bit more out into the universe, a little more of yourself, and connect. In order to connect with you, you can also connect with others. So connecting with yourself so that you have the power to influence other people that are around you. Thank you. Check out the collective chat. My name is Kendall Smiley. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter.